Y'all thought I was done talking about mental health? Nah, this is about to become a series because this needs to be talked about. Doesn't get talked about enough, in my personal opinion. We're gonna get into it. Cue the intro. What is going on? Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed. Another week or weekly installment of mental health, man. Mental health. And as usual, I'm going to say this again. Check on your people, man. Check on your people. Stat. Constantly. Whenever. Not even whenever. Always check on your people ASAP, man. Once again, I'm going to keep saying the same things over and over and over again with these weekly installments. You never know what somebody's going through. Just because they was good last week, the other day, earlier this week, a couple hours ago, minutes ago, doesn't mean that person is always good. Now, most of what I tie into our conversations, especially when it comes to mental health, is for business owners because I'm on that side of the glass as a business owner. I know as an employee, not even a half, I would say like 75% of what I had to think of now as a business owner, I didn't think about as an employee. But can I be honest with you right quick? I'm going to be honest with you right quick, man. As an employee, I thought certain issues were, major. But to be honest with you, a lot of what I go through now, I wish I was an employee because I wouldn't have to deal with a lot of issues that I deal with as a business owner. As a business owner, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders. Especially if you have a family or say if you have employees with families that you put food on the table for in one way, shape, or form. Because what people don't understand is when you hire people, they're getting checks from your company, which feeds their families. So, it is a lot of weight on our shoulders as business owners. I also know the mental health of a business owner, speaking from experience, changes constantly. It's not a on-off switch, where you can just go like, oh, well, today, my mental health will be great. I wish it was that simple, but it's not. There are days I know for myself where I'm feeling 100, man. 100%. 110%. Could be having a great day, an awesome day, man. Mental health is intact, everything else. Then something that you don't expect to happen happens. This is especially true as a business owner. I know for me, being lawn and landscape maintenance business owner-operator, I've had days where I'm feeling great. And then something like somebody's glass breaks. You know what I mean? Like a rock flies from a machine in the broken glass. That just crushes how you feel for that day. And a lot of times it messes with your mental. Because first thing going through your head is, oh my goodness, my company is too small to be able to afford this. Man, man, customer's not going to be happy. They can be upset. Then I got to come with all this money to get it fixed. That's the things going through our minds. Which 9 out of 10 times, if you already have a plan B in place, hear that point again. If you have a plan B already in place, that helps your mental health too. Huh. So what do you mean by that? How does that help your mental health, you may ask? Well, for example, the glass example I just made. Say if you already have a procedure in place where you have a glass professional, a glass expert on hand, and say you already have a policy in place where A, you credit the client's account, or B, you have it in your contract where it says, hey, if you have objects in the lawn, such as rocks, whatever, that you knew were in your yard, or just that are in your yard and you didn't comb through your yard to see they were there, and they fly from the mower, it's not your responsibility if it damages something. If you have either one of those going for you, you're in great shape. It helps your mental health. Man, I can speak this week on how minds dance when it comes to situations. Just this week, I'm working ahead. I'm ahead of schedule, man. I mean, I've mentioned how my Mondays and Tuesdays are. They are crazy hectic. So when I got to Wednesday, I was ahead of schedule. I had a new customer on the Thursday route. And as you know, Thursday route is when I do my big estate homes. So I'm on a 72-inch mower all day. These are big lawns. So I got a new lawn out in that area, another big one, and it was a little overgrown. So I was like, all right, I'm done early on Wednesday, finished my estimates, finished my whole entire route. Let me go ahead and add in this new client, and then let me see if I can add a couple more from Thursday's list. So that's what I did. I was able to knock out that new one and a couple off the Thursday list. So I get into Thursday, and there's a couple times I'm noticing slower acceleration in my box truck. And my example when it comes to this is the simple fact that you get situations like that where your mind just goes everywhere. I know for me, I was sitting there going like, oh man, it's probably the fuel filter. Probably time to change my fuel filter. It's a diesel, so that's what I'm thinking. Then I'm also going like, oh man, I hope it's not a transmission issue. Man, I hope it's not something with the rear end. Man, I cannot afford to have this truck go down right now. I need this truck. Blah, 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 this. We go all over the place. When at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal. Does it suck? Yes, it does. You know what I mean? But I might change a $22 fuel filter and everything's good again. But instead, we dance all over the place, man. And back to that plan B statement I just made. I have a backup plan. I have my Ram 2500 in a trailer. End of the day, the show the show doesn't stop just because, I have a issue in the other truck, which by the grace of God, so far seeming like it's not that big of a deal of an issue. So I say all that to say, people's heads dance all over the place, man, and it really screws with your mental health. Some of us out there actually let this get us so down that it's like we get real upset and we're just not okay. We're not good. So let me ask you, today at least, are you good? Are you okay? Are you blessed and highly favored? Let me ask myself that question. Hey man, you good? You okay? Are you blessed and highly favored? My answer to that question is yes. Yes and yes. I'm way beyond blessed and highly favored. And yes, I am good. Because the same way I just told you about that issue and coming up with a solution, because once again, us business owners, we are solution finders. I started feeling better right away, knowing that I already have a plan B in place. So one way to really work with your mental health, in my personal opinion, and just take everything I say with a grain of salt, man. These are from my experiences and my personal opinions. One thing I found that really helps with my mental is knowing that I have a plan B, a backup plan, so on and so forth, in place. You got to have stuff in place. Just have to. It is important to make sure you always have your T's crossed and your I's dotted when it comes to everything. But once again, I do say, check on your people and make sure they don't just sit here and say, I'm all right. I'm good. I feel like those are almost red flags. Those are red flags, man. You know what, man? For me to keep it real with you right now, I'm guilty of this too, man. I don't know how many times over the years to this day that I've answered the question, I'm good, when a lot of times, I'm not good. I'm not all right. I'm not okay. But because we are solution finders, and yes, I am a solution finder as a business owner, the thing going in my mind is I can't be the one with a problem. That's just how our mindsets work. I'm supposed to bring everybody up, not bring them down. That's how our minds work. We find the solution. We're not the ones who have a problem. It's the equivalent of having a tow truck company with a broke down tow truck that needs to be towed. It's just how it is. So with us, when there's a problem, we're the ones that always find solutions for our clients. So we look at ourselves as problem solvers, the ones who always find solutions as business owners. And because of this, man, we really just can't voice when there's something going on with us. And like I said last week, man, about, especially when it comes to the men, I can speak for the fellas, man. I can speak for a lot of the fellas, man. I'm not going to say I speak for all of them or anything like that. But I know, just, when it comes to men, it's a whole persona. It's the whole, yeah, I'm still the big tough guy. Big tough guy. All I do is bench press, drive diesel trucks. That's all I do. That's all I do. I don't talk about my feelings, man. That's not my style. I don't sit around and talk about my feelings. Ooh, man, you got to be a weak man to sit around and talk about your feelings. You better suck it up, Buttercup. Be a man. Stop with the sensitivity crap. Although, what they should be saying is, all I heard out of what I just said is, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I'm a big old fool. I sound stupid right now. Boy, do I sound crazy. Talking about, I don't have no feelings. I don't explain my feelings. Again, all I hear is, I'm a fool. Because at the end of the day, man, screw that, man. You want to sit around and act like you Mr. Big Tough Guy? You want to sit around and act like it makes you go hard just because of the fact that you don't talk about your feelings? You want to sit here and point the finger to all those who do express their feelings as a man this day and age and tell them, make them feel bad, belittle the crap out of them because they want to talk about their feelings. That's how you deal with your mental health. You talk about it. You express it. You can't sit around and bottle that up and expect everybody to know how you're feeling. You can't sit around and bottle that up and think that everything's just going to be all right. You know, I get passionate about this when it comes to your mental health, about bottling things up. You know why? Because I've been an expert for years on that one. I could personally sit here and say there are many situations where I just bottled it up because I'm sitting here like, it's no time for my feelings to get out there because, you know, I'll be all right, and I'm the one that needs to find a solution for everyone else. I need to be here for everyone else. But you know what? At the end of the day, all of us need to have the same question asked to us. All of us need to hold each other accountable, man. All of us just need to be there for each other. If you got someone that you say you love, whether it's family, friends, whatever, man. If you say you love this person, if you say, I love you, and emphasis on I. You know, it's funny. I hear myself going to what Caleb Almond on the Kid Contractor podcast says all the time, where he was saying he has an issue with that love you and I love you because he feels like there's meaning behind that love you versus saying I love you. You know what? I can sit here and say I feel the same way. Oh, it makes my skin turn when, you know, it's just love you. And it should be I love you. And I know sometimes there are times where I could be better at saying this. I want the people close to me to know that I love them. I know this is kind of a side tangent here, but it's important, man. It's important that all those that you claim you love, all those you claim that you say I love you to, that you hold each other accountable, that you check on them, that you make sure they good, that they do the same for you. I know my circle has gotten smaller as I've gotten older, and there's reason for that. There's not one person in my circle right now who I don't pick up the phone, text, call, whatever, see how they're doing. You know, I do what I call brother check-in. I got some boys who are close enough to be, who are my brothers. Blood doesn't make us brothers. Love and loyalty makes us brothers. But I do this thing called a brother check-in. If I haven't heard from them in a while, I straight up say, hey, brother check-in, I haven't heard from you. How you doing? And vice versa. They do the same thing. That's why I say, keep the right circle around you, man. There's too many people that allow everybody under the sun into their circle. And some of them have nothing but negativity. Some of them are really going to mess up your mental health because they're just going to bring you down. But you better get that strong circle. I can sit here and say everybody that's in my circle, you know, whether it's, you know, my wife, my boys, you know, my brothers, my sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, parents, of course, in-laws. Everyone who is in my circle is about that positivity, man. Can't stand negative Nancy's around, man. That right there would kill your mental health every day of the week and twice on Sundays, man. You'll be sitting here trying to get over something, and you'll be brought back down because you're around a negative Nancy. So always check on your people that you claim you love. Always tell these people, I love you. Sometimes people just need to know that they are loved. Sometimes people don't hear that. give you another example, man. Being a business owner, I can sit here and say another thing that I like to hear, man, is feedback from my clients when they are happy with a job. I have a couple clients that will basically praise us on social media. When it's a hot day and that client brings out some water for you. When it's a regular day, that client waves at you, smiles at you. That makes people's days sometimes, man. And I'll equate that to this. What if you're shopping somewhere, you're out and about shopping, and this person, the cashier, just always has a smile on their face? How do we know what they went through that morning? So I always say, you got something going on with you, don't ever take it out on somebody else. Because crap that you can say might push that person over the edge. And guess what? You'll never forgive yourself if that's the case. Never. So always make sure we treat people fairly. It's important. It's beyond important, man. So, again, I ask, are you blessed and highly favored right now at this moment? I would hope I can answer that question for all you and say that you are, because you're still here on earth breathing. That's a blessing, and that's not guaranteed for everyone. But are you good? What are you doing to work on anything? These are all important. End of the day. Every day. So I say everything right here, really to bring it home, man. What I'm trying to bring home is the simple fact that we have got to check on our people. We have got to keep small circles that are actually there for you, that you can actually be there for. We have got to find accountability partners at all times. We have got to continue to find tasks, to find rewards that help with your mental health. I mentioned that I have a couple rewards. One of them being watching our kids out there playing sports. Warms my heart. Helps with my mental health. Because if you have a kid who plays sports, you know the feeling I'm talking about. It's the I got to see them play feeling. That's important. At least I know it's important to me. And I plan for our children's lives to always be important to me. My wife's life to always be important to me. So, each and every day, I'm going to be lacing up whatever I'm wearing for that day, whether shoes, whether boots. And I'm going to continue to hit the ground at 100 miles per hour. To ensure we are definitely giving our dead level best. This is important, man. This is important. I know everybody out here going, man, we already talked about mental health 2 weeks in a row. Why is this a series? Why is this man talking about mental health again? Because it's a problem, man. Because it is an issue. Because it hasn't been solved. So, my problem solvers, my solution finders, we got to get her done, man. We got to get her done. Y'all be easy. That's my little 2 cents worth for today's edition on mental health, and with good reason. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Peace. Thank you for listening to Lawn Dude Unearthed, where we dive into deep topics, discussing not only the highlight reels, but we talk about the lowlight reels, the struggles, the successes. Anything we want to talk about for today, we will cover on this podcast. Once again, I appreciate you for listening to this. If you can, please give us a 5-star review. We are currently on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and still working on a few more. Thanks again for listening to us. Y'all be blessed. Peace.